my darling. It's Michaela. I'm like loving this. So I wanted to kind of clear my name. I'm writing a blog post right now that made me recognize that I have an association with fasting. And what I realized is that that is not my goal. I think fasting is an amazing tool, but fasting done without groundwork, I think, is actually quite reckless. My desire is to be known for, associated with, getting the body metabolically set up to solidly burn our own fat, to then be able to do things like intermittent fasting, which is longer periods of fasting, should you wish. When people have the association that fasting is good, right? It does beneficial things, it speeds up weight loss, it helps with health in so many ways. I gave a talk about it. It helps with visceral fat, brain health. It's like the list goes on. But the deal is, when we do it, if we're not prepared, typically what happens is we feel uncomfortable. And often that can be due to a mineral imbalance. So we can have low energy, headaches, we can feel weak. We can feel hungry. We can have an intention to fast all day. I've heard this a million times. And then there's a point in the day where our hunger hormones are up, our minerals are off, and we feel bad and hungry, and we say, fuck it. And we eat probably more food than we typically would, and generally less supportive food than we would generally have. And then another element of unprepared, ill-prepared fasting is kind of muscling your way through it, doing it to whatever duration you desired, and then having something that I call boomerang hunger, which is elevated hunger after you fast, when you break your fast, the day after you break your fast. And that can happen if, this is my experience, if we're fasting too often, potentially for the amount of mass that we have, meaning the amount of weight that's on our frame. How much cushion do we have here? How much excess do we have or not? So anyway, all of those things are actually unpleasant and potentially compromising for the future. Additionally, I will just say that your body will get what it needs. And the last thing your body wants to do is to feel compromised, meaning to feel like you might not have enough food. That is the worst thing to put into your reality, especially if weight loss is your goal. So if you make your body feel compromised, like, shit, I might be not having food, you're not starving when you're fasting. But if you're not set up for it, if you're primarily burning sugar, eating often, eating mostly carbohydrates, if you haven't primed your body to go for longer periods of time, to run mostly on fat, and to understand how to kind of adjust levers and use tools to keep yourself comfortable, you can feel compromised. And when that happens, the body will just push back. It will do what it needs to do. It will make you eat. And often it'll make you eat more food, potentially more carbohydrates, more calories, if it feels compromised. So it's just, in my opinion, it is a foolish endeavor just to kind of lunge at. We're all made to fast. If we're all made to feast, if we couldn't store excess energy, excess food, fuel, in times of surplus, and then access it when we don't have as much opportunity. If we couldn't have done that as a species, we would have died hundreds, thousands of years ago. So we're made to do this, but if we're not groomed, if we're not, situated well, this is what we do in Fat Burning Pro. We go through a mitochondrial reconstruction, and then this takes time to get better and better at going for longer. We don't just jump into the deep end, which I feel like is what a lot of people do when they've heard the benefits of fasting. So anyway, I just wanted to kind of like clear my name, make that distinction that I wish to be known, not for fasting, but for the metabolic positioning that enables fasting to happen easily, comfortably, when it's obvious. And that is the best. That is a win-win situation. No fallout, no negatives. And so then you just have this skill, this tool that you can use when it's easy and obvious at your desire. Okay? Speeds up weight loss, slows aging, increases energy, heals your gut, brain health, heart health, like a million things. It's amazing. Okay? When you're positioned and not before. That's my recommendation. All right? So if you are a woman over 40 who would like to have superhuman powers like this to use at will, if you'd like to lose 8 to 15 pounds in a month by going through a mitochondrial reconstruction that literally changes how your body works, how it feels, how it functions, how it looks, please be in touch. Please check out our sugar quiz and see what fuel you're predominantly using, because that kind of indicates and determines everything. Okay? So it can be just a really eye-opening start. There are videos following should you wish to understand more about how fat burning works, why it's different than burning sugar. And then if you're inclined to set up a free time to talk, would love to see where you are and where you desire to go and what next steps might be best. Okay, that's it. I hope that was amazing. Happy Halloween. And until next time.